Fella Media, Good Fella Radio, man. I'm here with Redman, Ready Rock in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yo, Reggie, the album.
Absolutely.
Out right now.
Absolutely.
In stores. Everybody can go cop that.
Right away.
Alright, man, look. 7 solo albums you've done so far. I mean, you know, everybody's pretty much brought that up already, but it's a fucking long time to be doing music, man.
Yeah, it is.
And it's funny. I look at it and I'm like, yo, have you ever had, it never gets old, does it?
No, you know what, I look at it like, damn, if I ain't have a job to do, I would have retired and did something else, but it's like, it's still room for me to do what I do. It's still room for me to bring that substance of music that's missing, so I feel I still have a job to do.
When you think about it, but like, let's say you were like, all right, you know what, I'm done music-wise. What would Redman be doing?
I'd be more in the movie field, directing, behind the scenes. I'd be more of a putting out music, like my nephew, and putting out more artists and acts, you know.
Well, I know
doing more media.
I know you've been having trouble with the whole Blackout 2, I mean not Blackout, excuse me, How High 2.
Yeah.
Blackout 2 is already out,
right.
So you can go help support that. How High 2, you trying to get that out, you having issues with that, correct?
Yeah,
so,
well, that's, but, you know, I didn't mean to cut you off. Yeah, I was just thinking, nephew, like when I went on BT today, they asked me, so what happened overseas? I said, yeah, I got locked up, but I'm out now. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the first things I said, man. I was wilding today.
Well, he said that?
Yeah, man. Damn, man. I just thought about that just now. Yeah, I said, I got locked up in Norway and shit for smoking, but I'm out now. I forgot I said that shit, man.
Were you not supposed to say that?
No,
shit?
I'm just saying, though. He asked me, like, you know, what was the wildest thing to happen? Because they was talking about the touring shit. And now I'm remembering, he said, yo, what's the wildest thing that happened? I just like, yo, I got locked up out in Norway and shit, you know, for what? You know, I was smoking on stage. You know, somebody passed it, but I did. I remember I said all that shit. I was wilding.
So you gave the whole story
yo,
of
I
you
was
smoking
wilding, man, on BT. Oh, my God, man. That shit just hit me just now, man. It just fucking hit me. I did.
That's fucking hilarious.
Fuck!
Wait, are you still smoking at that all-time freaking high, right?
Yeah, I'm still smoking, man, but damn it, I ain't mean to say that on BT. That bastard asked me, and I had to get...
Here's the real question. Were you high at the moment when you did it?
I think I was.
That's
I think
probably
I was. I was like at the end, like all morning I was, because I didn't sleep from last night from working. I was up doing viral and whatever, and I woke up still high as hell and shit. And I had to do radio this morning, whatever. Yeah, man. God damn it. But they can edit that out.
They might not, though. They might not.
No, man, let's get it on.
Fuck
Let's
it,
kill a
right?
house, man. What, nigga? What?
You know what's so funny? I wanted to ask you about smoking because, you know, there's so many of the newer artists now that are pretty much promoting what artists like you, Meth, and Snoop pioneered.
Yeah.
Which was pretty much saying and advocating, like, smoking's fine, I smoke, if you smoke, it's cool. And when you look at the artists like Currency, Wiz Khalifa, Smoke Dizzy, who really push the smoking, like, do you co-sign them doing that and trying to push on that movement?
You know what? I hear a lot about those dudes, man. I hear a lot about them in that smoking. And when I run into them, I gotta smoke one with them, man, because I've been hearing a lot about, like, Wiz Khalifa and Currency a lot on the smoking tip. Now, one of them saying they smoke 10 grand a month. Now, me and my nephew is in the hood, nigga. And I mean, when we in the hood, we ain't just saying we getting info from the hood and keeping it. We literally, you know, in the hood, nigga. So 10 grand will get you like what? Almost 2 pounds and a half if you get it at the, or a pound. No. If you buy, about 2 pounds. Now, to smoke 2 pounds in a month by yourself.
But
That's
you know
a
what?
lot
I
of
don't
fucking
think they're doing it by themselves. I think it's more based on the whole crew together. I can't believe that it's one person by themselves.
No, I mean, but that's have to be stated though, you know, because you know you can say, yeah, I smoke two, 10 grand every month, and you know, or you could say, look, I smoke, I get 10 grand worth of weed every month, and it's smoke. That's the difference. Now they stating like I smoked it, like how I've been hearing, like, and that's a lot of fucking weed, man. Like that don't leave you no room to even work because you gotta smoke. You know what I mean? Even when you don't want to smoke, you have to smoke. You know what I mean?
If he is smoking 10,000 worth of weed, my number is 97.
Let me be on that, my nigga.
But see, this is one thing they talk about: blunts versus joints. They don't like to smoke blunts.
Right.
What's your preference? Do you give a damn?
No, they got a fact with that. You know, papers do bring out the best in weed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give you all the tobacco taste as far as the leaves and stuff that the tobacco is rolled as far as guns. So they do got a good point with that smoking joints. But then that even make it even more crazier because you rolling small shit now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So now you have to roll at least 20,000 joints a week, nigga, to catch up, nigga.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it's good though. If they smoking that much, good to them. You know, I love people who. Well, I can't say I love people. Whoever supports the act of smoking and respect it. You know, I don't want them. I want them to understand, Red and Meth, Cypress Hill, Snoop Dogg's. We're professional smokers, which mean in the sense of not just we get high. We're not just say we've been promoting weed all these years. You got to understand, Red and Meth probably has not got endorsement deals because of what we promote. You know, we did a movie on, weed, how high or whatever. That probably blocked off a lot of, deals that could have came in for Red and Meth as just being the artist. But, it was turned down because, they promote weed and whatever. And a lot of places that, that probably wouldn't allow us in because we wild out, smoke weed or whatever. So, it's like a frontier.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on a line on rappers or MCs smoking weed, and it's a movement. And once you learn more about the movement and the properties of weed and how it's helping AIDS patients and people who take the what's that shit I'm looking for
What are you talking about?
the pills people take for their stomach and shit. It's ripping out their stomach life. Put it that way. And you got a lot of patients that's turning to weed. You got to do your homework.
So you're
on
just
the West Coast.
The medicinal sense and the lifestyle.
It's a lot more going on than just getting high.
Yeah.
And once you really start learning more into it, you'll understand, this is a movement. It's not just saying I'm smoking 10,000 pounds to get high. You saying I'm smoking 10,000 pounds to support this movement. Shit, one day it might be legalized in my motherfucking state where I could just smoke and own a dispensary and help patients. So, it's really more going on than just smoking.
Yeah, and I think Jersey's going to be very annoying about letting that ever go.
Yeah, well, we the 14th state pass.
Oh, yeah?
Absolutely.
See, that's information I didn't even know.
We the 14th state passed the law. But see, it's like the East Coast is the frontier of what the West Coast was when it was starting they medicinal weed.
Okay.
Maybe 5 years ago. Motherfuckers was getting locked up left and right. Feds was kicking in the door. So, it's either you taking a chance when you coming out here trying to do that, because Jersey, I don't think they allowing that shit right now. Even though they passed the law, it's still kind of... But I tell you where you could go get a good example of that on the East Coast, Boston. You go out that way, they shit is jumping. They shit is jumping just like the West Coast, right? Yes, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are too. The motherfuckers is jumping out there like the West Coast.
Now, as far as I want to talk about Jersey and Newark, it's hard times, it's different times in Newark, but people really are looking up to Cory Booker.
Yes.
How do you feel about Cory Booker?
I shout Cory Booker out mostly in every interview. Every interview I do.
Especially since you're kind of touching on political things a little more than usual.
Yeah,
not a lot,
absolutely,
but a little more than usual.
Absolutely.
So I wanted to know how you felt about him.
I think he's doing a fabulous job
as a presidential candidate or something.
I think he's doing a fabulous job. I never seen a mayor take love to our city like he did. He's really trying to clean it up. Just learning the education ethics that's going on in Newark alone is crazy to me. Being the top 5 lowest education city. That's crazy. Even though a lot of people don't pay attention to that. Oh yeah, nah, man, it's real serious to be in the world, in Newark, New Jersey, it's a million cities in the States, you know what I mean? In the United States alone, and we one of the top 5 in the world. That's crazy. So Cory Booker doing that, going on Oprah, you know, meeting the Facebook dude, getting that $100 million for education or whatever.
Yeah,
that's big.
that's big.
That's real humongous, you know, and that just shows the love and the effort he got for the city, man. And I'm behind him all the way. I shout him out on Twitter. I shout him out on every interview I do, you know, mostly. So,